Third time's the charm. So, right. The poem that I'm going to read. No, that's not where we're going to start. We're going to start where we started in the first video, at the beginning. Because that's where you're supposed to start, apparently. So I'm back to my normal job tomorrow, because I was off for a week, and then I'll be back for about 4 or 5 weeks, and then I'll be off for about 2 weeks. So it's good. I was making the most of my last night. And the poem that I'm going to read, I said in the first video, I don't know why I need to keep referring back to the first video that no one's ever going to be able to see because it's been deleted. But anyway, I keep yeah. Come on, brain. Thank you. I'll have to get the pen of power out. So it has a French title, and I was talking about my French teacher because I have fond memories of my French teacher. He was a very good teacher. He knew how to get onto the different levels of the different children in his classroom, and because I was not undiagnosed neurodiverse person at the time, it meant a lot to me, because at the time that I'm remembering, it was quite chaotic for me at school. And I would have found myself kicked out of a lot of my classes, spending a lot of time in a practice room. I don't know if anybody knows what one of those is, but it was a little room, and it had an electric piano and a CD player, and a lot of my when around the age of 15, a lot of shit went crazy in my head. And one of the places that it was most evident was at school, because I'd either not be there, I'd be off doing things that I really shouldn't have been doing with people that I shouldn't have been around, with nobody knowing what I was doing. Not safe at all. Or I'd be acting up, but not like in a way that I thought I was acting up. I was just reacting. And I had all of the different mentors, I think they called them, and the behavioural officer, which is a horrible term for somebody in a school. But yeah, they were all involved by the end of my school career. The original one, not when I went back into education. But they were all involved, and a community psychiatric nurse, like I'd said. But yes, my French teacher, tangent. He was a supportive teacher and didn't make me feel like a weirdo, even though I might have been a weirdo. But I think he might have been a bit of a weirdo too. Like in the way that he had a what do you call them dolls? This isn't helping. A ventriloquist doll, right? And if you got a question wrong, he'd kick you with the doll. And he also had a rhyme, and I still remember it to this day because I'm forgetful. Irony. But if you forgot your textbook or your homework or something important for his class, he'd make you stand up at the front of the classroom, and say you'd borrowed a book. He'd make you put the book on your head like this, and then he'd make you stand up and stand on one foot and sing, "I'm a little pixie dancing round and round. Something has been lost and soon it will be found." And I tell you something, I think, and it might have been as well because my locker was right outside his classroom for a long time as well. I didn't forget my French book after, well, I might have done. I might be telling lies, but I do remember having to do the rhyme. yeah, fond memories. The reason why I'm talking about a lifelong journey with being somewhat odd, the poem that I'm going to read is about that, and maybe that's why it has a French title, just because, I don't know, I associate odd things with my French teacher. No, I'm joking. No, actually, I think I like the way it sounds. Regardez moi, which is hard to say for an English person properly because you have to say it from the back of the throat. But anyway, so now I will just read it, and if you don't know what it means look at me. So, watch me bleeding all over the pages, then lap it up like a hungry dog, seeking scraps from an empty dinner table. Am I here for real, or am I in a twisted marionette show where the puppet master changes as much as my personality? I don't feel in control. I'm lost, and I'm seeking a seeker, but I'm looking inside. Because people's torches seem to be made like tasers, shocking my eyes and then chasing me back into the shadows. Do I have authority over my autonomy? Or I am... fuck off. I'm going to have to start from the beginning again. See, the scattered brain, because then once you notice, you stop. So you have to start from the beginning, and I need to look up a little bit more, but I'm trying to read. Anyway, you know what? For a little movement break, I'll have a sip of tea, and then we'll try and do it again. That was really manic. Anyway. You don't have to tell anybody that I'm here. I'm in the ether. There is a reason I'm in the ether. It's just better that way. Okay. So, regardez moi. Watch me, bleeding all over the pages, then lap it up like a hungry dog, seeking scraps from an empty dinner table. Am I here for real? Or am I in a twisted marionette show where the puppet master changes as much as my personality? I don't feel in control. I'm lost and I'm seeking a seeker, but I'm looking inside. Because people's torches seem to be made like tasers, shocking my eyes and then chasing me back into the shadows. Do I have authority over my autonomy? Or am I influenced by a dominator dressed in patent leather, slapping my thighs high where it stings? Who am I? Who are you? Do you know? If you find yourself, tell me how you did it, and if you saw me on your travels. So I'll show you the picture. That says, yes, but who are you? And it's, you know who that is, anyway. The blue caterpillar. I think Alice in Wonderland is probably one of my favourite stories from childhood, just because I have been scattered from childhood. This isn't a new condition. This is something that I have been and am and will be forever. And sometimes that's a really difficult thought to deal with because it's a battle. And a battle waged against yourself internally when you have to make sure that everything externally is fine. I don't know, I can't describe it. Well, I can, I do. But not like this, not like I can tell you through my art, but I'd have to, it's like sitting But I suppose what I'm trying to do is show people that this is what it looks like. This isn't necessarily me trying to be a rock star. This isn't me trying to take over the world. This is just me trying to tell the stories and my story and show people like me, maybe younger people like me, but not like kids, because my work's quite dark. I do have children, and no, I don't let as much of what you can see on these pages slip through my everyday as people might assume. That's one thing that you could comment on, is being a parent and being neurodiverse or labelled vulnerable. It can lead to all sorts of anxieties about not being capable of looking after children, and who might think you aren't capable of looking after children. Fears, and then people don't go for support. Stigma. And that's why I think it's important that I do what I'm doing, not because I want to, I don't know, like I said, rule the world. I'm more of a, I just want to understand myself, and everything else that I've tried hasn't worked yet. So I'm trying something else, and so far I'm finding that what I'm doing now is somewhat uncomfortable, but also freeing, and exploring myself is helping me explore the world, which is somebody who's been insular for a very long time. It's like new. It's new. I've travelled, I've been places, I've done stuff, but like I'm seeing things now, and I know as a crazy person that might sound sus. It is what it is. So yeah, regardez. You see, if you say it in the wrong place, it sounds awful. Regardez. French. Regardez moi. Watch me bleeding all over the pages, then lap it up like a hungry dog, seeking scraps from an empty dinner table. Am I here for real? Or am I in a twisted marionette show where the puppet master changes as much as my personality? I don't feel in control. I'm lost, and I'm seeking a seeker, but I'm looking inside, because people's torches seem to be made like tasers, shocking my eyes, then chasing me back into the shadows. Do I have authority over my autonomy? Or am I influenced by a dominator dressed in patent leather, slapping my thighs high where it stings? Who am I? Who are you? Do you know? If you find yourself, tell me how you did it. And if you saw me on your travels. So I think I went off on a couple of tangents when I was trying to explain the poem. It's an uncomfortable truth, because I don't really talk about these aspects of my personality as somebody who struggles with self-identity and knowing who I am. It's difficult. But I think I already put that enough in my work. I don't think I need to I don't think I need to sit here and tell sob stories, because I already do when I read my work. And I know that my story, even though I was thinking in shillelagh, I know that it's not just my story. It's a story that is part of a cycle, that is part of a fuck. It's a everything. Oh, brain, come back to me. It's not gonna. But I was about to drop a fucking wisdom bomb there, man. Oh well. Not all thoughts are meant to be said, I suppose. So yeah, I'll talk about my tea, because that's also part of my routine, and if I fuck up my routine, then fucking weird shit happens. Oh my god, it's Charlie! Hi Charlie. You caught me talking to myself. Although that's not a new thing. How are you? I haven't. Yay, you caught another one. Yay! And I'll do it. I'll read it for you. And you can laugh at me saying words in French. The cleaning, that's good. Cleaning is cathartic. Especially if you're like feeling shitty. But I am terrible at remembering to do cleaning properly. Like, it's a nightmare. I am a nightmare. Anyway, so I keep on trying to say it in my natural accent, and I hate the way it sounds in my natural accent. Regardez moi, right? Or look at me. Watch me bleeding all over the pages, then lap it up like a hungry dog, seeking scraps from an empty dinner table. Am I here for real? Or am I in a twisted marionette show where the puppet master changes as much as my personality? I don't feel in control. I'm lost and I'm seeking a seeker. But I'm looking inside because people's torches seem to be made like tasers, shocking my eyes, then chasing me back into the shadows. Do I have authority over my autonomy? Or am I influenced by a dominator dressed in patent leather, slapping my thighs high where it stings? Who am I? Who are you? Do you know? If you find yourself, tell me how you did it. And if you saw me on your travels. Oh my god, no way. But it's alright, she was here. Carrie was here. Carrie is my dance floor twin. We owned all those dance floors, man, all of them. Oh yeah, you haven't seen a picture. Oh, you have, because I shared it in the stories. Oh my god. Dancing partner in crime, yeah. I was some fucking, like, it wasn't wild. There was nothing wild about those 4 days. No. All very couth. All very well behaved. Nothing to write home about. No, seriously, I just literally danced for 4 days. And it was unbelievable. And if you haven't done it, I recommend it, because besides art, dance and laughter are the 2 other amazing therapies. There's actually a therapy, or it was needed. It was so needed. Like, I don't know how many feelings I stomped into that grass. Like, I didn't take any videos, I didn't take any pictures. I don't even think you'd know that I was even there. Like, there's no documentation, although there might be. I think there might have been a couple of, like, of the shared videos of stuff, but, like, I don't know. I'm not particularly looking for it. I experienced it, I was there, I saw it. Don't need to, not that I mean that in, like, a pretentious way, like, to people who didn't. Just that's how my brain works. It's quite a little camera in it. What's it called? Eidetic, maybe a little bit sometimes. Yeah, we'll have to dance again, Charlie. We'll have to dance again. I was brave tonight. Yes, we do. We come from a time before phones and a night out, where if you brought your phone out on a night out, it was to, like, ring a taxi, because it was a Nokia and you could bounce it off the floor, or you could use it as a weapon. What one was it? Was that the 5210? I can't remember, but it had, like, a rubber and plastic shell on it, and you could, like, it probably would survive a nuclear apocalypse. Apocalypse. Yeah. But I could see, look, the little angel Charlie comes and she helps with the conversation. Yes, Snake mate. That was a game. That was a game for the ages. Fucky fidget toys. A game of Snake. Unless you're easily triggered by losing levels, don't play Snake. Anyway, just forget Snake exists. Forget that was bad advice. Don't play Snake. I was addicted to playing Snake. It was fun. I've got two tea bags in my cup again, Charlie. I've got sweet dreams, because my inner world is purgatory. Nothing. And sleep. Valerian and orange blossom, and I think there's also valerian in the sweet dreams and some raspberry, so it tastes a bit like you have a proper cuppa. Yeah, well, I'm fighting the demons of insomnia, so I have to drug them somehow, because I refuse to use bloody sleeping pills. Fuck your sleeping pills. Give me a cup of tea and a visit to marriage. Anyway, and that is a proper cuppa. Actually, putting milk in tea isn't always sleep demons neutralized by valerian. Yeah, plants are fucking awesome, man. Like, there was plants before there was medicine, and plants were medicine before medicine was medicine. Medicine was classed as holistic before chemicals became the choice over plants. Although, yes, I do understand that modern medicine is really good and it, like, helps people, but like, a lot of it doesn't. And a lot of the stuff that does is derived from natural stuff, so it's like, duh. But anyway, what's my fucking rant gonna do fixing the fucking healthcare system anywhere? Oh yeah, I was supposed to talk about it anyway, because that poem is about my crazy ass and the way that sometimes I don't know who the fuck I am. And that's as far as I want to go into, like, describing it, because, like, I like talking about it in my work, and I don't want to go off on a stupid tangent unless it's, like, a funny tangent, because if it's crack, then we can have it. But if it's, like, woe is me, I'm not having it. Yeah. We've got to be more positive. I went, like, proper pause there. Like, glitch. I'm proper, that's Borough, that's Middlesbrough. There you go, that's my natural accent coming out nice and strongly. Purple curtains. It's sort of like a mix. It's got a few different, positive, negative, don't matter. It's all us. It is. Well, we have to be both. Duality is important, because if you're too much of either or, it's a bit sitting happily in the middle, a nice little grey thing, and it's a bit more peaceful when you can sit in the middle, and you've got a bit more chance to like turn around to people who were shouting on either side and being like, "You, perspective, turn around, look at each other, love each other, and look at who's trying to make you hate each other." It's much easier than just arguing with them, and if they don't want to, then they don't want to. You can't force people, but eventually people will learn. But sometimes the lessons just have to be their own. Who the fuck? See, that's why I drew the capitula, right? Because I'm feeling all like wisdomy, because I had a mental breakdown. I'm not joking. But it was a blip over like a full-on fall, which was something that I'm proud of, because I feel like what I'm doing, my work, my poetry, is doing what I wanted it to do, helping me to learn how to navigate myself. And then eventually, I don't know, maybe it'll help others navigate themselves. And then there won't be any more lost people. Imagine that. No more lost souls. Just everybody giving each other hugs. And I don't care if someone says to me that is like, oh, it's too positive. It's not. Because we are like, I love you too, Charlie. But I suppose, like, it is really, you can't have everybody being all positive, but like I've already said, but still, balance, that's what needs restored. Balance. Ta-da. It's what I'm trying to find, and it's what the world needs to find. Maybe we'll all find it together. I went into pause again. Yes. It's a big, that's fine. Okay. I know. I'm trying, no, but I went really, really dark for a couple of days there, and I need to pull myself back out, like pull back up into the sky, because the dead things can infect you with decay. And I like not being green. I feel it. Right. Well, enjoy your cleaning, Charlie. Because I'd already read it twice before you joined. But I had again prematurely poemed myself. Probably because I'm tired. I don't know how many poems did I write today. Maybe 5 or 6. I don't know why I took the limit off. I just did. Yeah, I do need to go to bed. I'm back at work tomorrow for like 4 or 5 weeks, and then I'm off again. So that should be good for more creation. I'm wondering how much slower it'll slow me to. But I'm wondering if I can like get around it somehow. Might not go back down to 3, but it might not be up at 6 a day. But we'll just see. I'm just like still going with the flow. But enjoy your housework. And say hi to the cats and to everyone else. I love you lots. Mwah. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you on the other side.